Poppy into the Nila as well. Even something like the Zinzo can really struggle with that. Poppy to me is also one of those picks that just all has value. But I love this. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier with Furia. A couple of patches ago, we already saw so many supports go to it in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And no different here. Does rely on his items to really get that going. You do need to be careful though in this longer lane. I know he just went back. Broken Blade. He's still going. The lethal tempo stacking.
Yeah, Broken Blade's looking to keep this one going on there. Wants to find the fear. Gigo flashes away from it so he doesn't get hit by the CC, but Gigo's going to need the Qs to come back up yet again. Q2 hits! Broken Blade is down, but now G2's looking for a counter punch here in the bottom side instead. IU's going to be in some danger. Slam back into the wall from LeBron, but now dashes away to try to escape. Flash from Han Sama!
Right, there's situations where I feel like if your wave state is really rough, or you need to, but his wave state was fine.
We might just have another problem here, Chronicler, as right back in he goes. Gigo's trying to make this one into another solo kill!
For Skewmont to save his top laner.
Yeah, this would be a big one there for Skewmont. Immediately Broken Blade trying to jump in with a counter ulti as Gigo has gone too far, and it's a beautiful shutdown from Skewmont. He's ready to chase him down with a my ulti. Toots tries to escape with a seismic shove defensively, but Caps is on the hunt. He clears the unraveled earth. Another charge of the Spirit Rush is ready to go, and Toots is trapped. As Furia is going to start up the next Drake themselves, but they got to be careful. Hans and LeBron might be able to stop him, but instead Hans is going to get caught out. Has to use Killer Instinct defensively, and now Skewmont is coming in for the counter attack. Furia have overplayed their hand yet again. LeBron is ready to flash forward and try to make something happen when it becomes lightning firing right back. The first turret was claimed by Furia. Both teams now sitting on 2 neutral objectives. If Skewmont gets caught out a little bit here, Exhaust will be committed on that one. They're going to put the quickness into it as well. Skewmont nearly dead, but not quite, and it'll be pushing the tier 1 over in mid at the same time. Broken Blade might get cut off. Tag with the wind becomes lightning. Toots trying to get away alongside IU, but Toots is going to be your target as Han Sama looks for a little bit more damage. Apotheosis from IU. A lot of damage back into Skewmont. Tatu's going in. IU's got the kill into Skewmont, and now Broken Blade's in the middle of everybody. A double kill back over to Nila. G2 have lost 2. LeBron trying to retreat now. Caps caught out. Auto attack will kill that later on. The Dragon is going to go over to Tatu. Han Sama in a bad spot here. Has enough distance to escape the infernal chains. But what about the Rakan? What about the grand entrance? What about Han Sama? And you got to be careful. If IU gets debuffed, you're going to have a problem. LeBron wants to find the Keeper's Verdict, but he doesn't find anything. Tatu jumping right back in as immediately the quickness back on LeBron. The Poppy in some danger. Guigo ready to follow up. LeBron not going anywhere except Gigo even now right back up into the top side. Caps wanted to get the tier 2 tournament, and yes, he will, but can he get away at the same time? A flash for a flash as Caps has a This could be a huge... This is the most fed member of Furia, and he is now getting caught out. If Gigo dies before the fight starts, G2 might have just found the pick to turn the game on its head. The shutdown over to Skewmont, but it will be traded back 1 for 1.
IU.
Now IU's ready to show up, but he's isolated. IU's over on the other side of the fight. He's all alone. He has to flash over the wall to join up with the rest of the team. But Caps is already down. Tatu's got the kill into Caps, and Toots is not done chasing. Broken Blade and Han Sama are on the run. Toots flashes over the wall, and BB tries to fight back, but the dog's been declawed, and Broken Blade is down again.
Someone on G2 dies. His decision making has been so good. Now with the Baron.
Here we go again, man. Broken Blade with another defensive ulti here with the Warwick. Gigo is behind enemy lines. Now getting jumped on by Skewmont over the wall, but Gigo is not down. Yes. The healing from the Aatrox baits in Han Sama, and Furia is furious in the face against 3 G2 defenders. Furia has made their way onto the Nexus turrets. The first is already down. G2 are out of sorts. They cannot defend. Caps has to flash away from the Apotheosis just to survive, but the rest of G2 cannot do the same. Furia win the first game of MSI 2025.
Love the way they played with this composition to set up fights.
And whenever we see a team from either
Laning
Brazil...
phase when he really gets to punish. But I do think the pick right now hasn't really been that convincing recently as the Cassante comes through here for Gigo.
And there's also no major magic damage for the side of both of our top laners for the early trading power. Sometimes you'll see Jax go for something, you know, more like the Conqueror.
You are on the other side. Oh, Skewmont.
Oh, Skewmont might just be able to turn this one around. Gigo in some trouble. This time around, top lane's not looking the same as game 1. And it's first blood over to Broken Blade.
Pretty happy with that. And it's again, these gangs to come through. There it is, there's no ult for Broken Blade.
Yeah, Gigo's going all out. Path making to try to buffer through the counter strike. Broken Blade getting away. Gigo tries to flash forward for the Intofo strike. Toots is coming up to try to cut off Broken Blade's escape route. Realm Warp gets him in range. Toots is there. He binds him up in the Rune Prison. The last auto attack gets it done.
A Counter-Strike available, so we'll see if BB can outplay this.
Yeah, this is pretty dangerous. Jack's very effective at defending against these types of situations. Gigo is about to die to the turret. He barely gets away. Tatu needs a little bit more distance to close into Broken Blade, and he finds it. Now Skewmond firing off the ulti, wants to catch Gigo with it. Pathmaker to try to buffer through the CC. Kasante's tanky, but he's only got 50 health. Wise to what might be going on, stepping away for now. Gigo stepping forward, going for the third Intofo strike. Not going to hit that one. Caps tries to Valk out, but now immediately with the Pathmaker, Gigo going in while Toots is in a 1v2 down to the bottom lane at the same time. Caps is going to be killed off first. Now Toots, flash over the wall. Broken Blade ready to follow, finds the stun, but he's Rune Prism.
Phase rush.
Toots makes it back over towards the turret. Phase rush, and Broken Blade with the flash at the last second to guarantee that he hits him with the empowered bonk and takes him.
Even with the kills, even with his first turret bot, as you highlighted. Broken Blade still fine as the TP comes through. There's a lot of people here, though.
Yeah, remember Lebrov with the Alistar ultimate. This is a powerful turret dive, but not when you go in that early. Lebrov just barely gets away. It's all calculated by G2 with a full 5-man stand. Jojo steps away from the chains of corruption right back in.
Even if he ends up dying, which I don't think is a given, Jack's obviously quite slippery.
Yeah.
Wukong, they'll be able to get him. It'll take a while, but that doesn't matter. I think that the trade is 100% worth it, although the Dragon will most likely go over to Furia.
Yeah, it was a lot of money from a
able to find a counter kill, but I don't really think that they need to. Again, as long as they get to go for these counter engages, they're going to be happy.
Yeah, they might still find their counter kill here as Jojo's already down to half HP. That rail is not long for this world. Broken Blade's already got him. Tatu's dead next. And now with Gigo teleporting into 5 players in G2 jerseys, Gigo is going straight into the ground.
It's really hard to reliably deny access to Tatu, although if you just put him to like half health this early on,
that'll work. I mean, Jojo goes in, but where's the follow-up? True Shot Barrage doesn't hit. Hans gets found. Gigo's going to die at the same time. Jojo engages on the enemy AD carry, but there's nobody else next to him.
I don't think he's going to be an opportunity to actually get a steal here. Going all the way around is, Jojo.
Yeah, Jojo is out of there.
Against a team like G2 as IU.
Oh boy. Yeah, that Maokai ulti is not going to give him anywhere to go. Trying to pop the cleanse to get out of it, but Broken Blade is powerful on the Jax in this second game. And Hans Sama's chains barely miss on Jojo, but Lebrov ready to follow it up here with the pulverize into the headbutt. That's 2 for G2, and now it might just be something back for Furia. Gigo wants caps, but he has to trade his life to... Here comes the Nature's Grasp, immediately ready to lock up Jojo. The Rel once again beaten down before any effect can truly happen. As Skewmond tries to get away, G2 backing out, waiting for their cooldowns as Furia continues to look for something, but Lebrov is creating space. Hans backing back up again as IU gets the shutdown into Lebrov, but Gigo is not strong enough to truly threaten the back line. G2 have lost their support, but they take out the enemy top and support at the same time. Toots wants caps. He doesn't find him yet. Toots stuck inside the hourglass, and his time's run out. Tatu trading with Skewmond as the AP Maokai. Furia. Oh boy, I don't think he's going to keep standing for much longer either. Broken Blade stopping him from that ignite,
but also after the the soul point.
Yeah,
the Baron up as well.
It's rough. It's rough.
A little bit.
About 10 seconds here on the Baron. Broken Blade, however, getting caught out a little bit, but he's still not dead. Tatu wants to follow, but he goes straight into the dirt instead.
I think unfortunately he's still alive for a little bit.
I don't think that little bit's going to be a whole lot longer, however, as he uses Magnet Storm. Might as well. By the time you're back alive, you'll have it again anyway. Hextech Dragon doing a little bit of damage onto the roster of Furia as Broken Blade goes for the flank yet again. IU trying to escape as the Realm Warp gets Toots back to safety, but Broken Blade already has the stasis ready to go to buy enough extra time. Turn it around, guarantee the unstoppable kill there onto Gigo as the piercing arrow.
In game 2 for G2, but obviously Broken Blade having an infinitely better game this time around. The team, they gave him a little bit more help, and he paid them back.
Yeah, Broken Blade here in the front line now. Finally drops. The shutdown goes over to Jojo. It ain't gonna matter. Furia dropping like flies at the steps of their own fountain. G2 come back with a vengeance. vengeance. And 34 minutes in, they're going to take their win and tie up this series in Game 2.
It's a pullback game. That's
Checking him in. And okay, the Sion got banned away. Here's the other big meatball for the top lane. It's the Ornn for Broken Blade.
We have really seen Ornn come up as one of the big, I say counters, obviously, kind of in quotes, because
Spells on our keystones, it will be Broken Blade there with the grasp. Of course, Rumble trying to slam makes his way into the top lane. Gigo tries to flash out of the Pillar of Filth, but Broken Blade's immediately ready to follow. He goes for the brittle, he finds the proc, and Gigo's getting rocked. Skewmond takes a bite out of him. It's first blood over to G2. All their G2 game. Skewmond already starting off here, looking for this first Drake nice and early. Caps caught out though, Toots going in. Toots finds the solo kill on Caps as Broken Blade makes his way over. Looking to extend their control over this bot side river. Skewmond still hanging around though. Lebrov walking close to the Tribe Rush, does get found out. Tidal wave over the top, Lebrov taking a ton of damage, and Tatu gets the kill. Furia ties this game up 2-2. They know that Furia is going after this, and Furia has already used a lot of tools. They wanted to use them to make those kills, but now it's Skewmond getting caught out. He has a flash to try to get away, but the curtain call is opened up. The bullets are firing off, and once again, it's G2 grabbing the feet of Warfare. Furia has overplayed their hand, and G2 is happy to punish. A little bit of a juggling going on here in mid lane as Tuts is caught out and beat down. We're going to get teleports from both sides. Grand Starfall, defensive positioning out of that one. Broken Blade knocked up into the air, but that's not the target you can go after. The Ornn is so tanky, flashes out, going to bumper through the tidal wave there. A lot of damage on the Skewmond, but he ain't dead yet. The Ornn goes through onto 4. Tatu's gonna die, and Caps cooks him up. G2's gonna lose their mid laner right on back. Such critical health bars on both sides.
Multi-man flame spittering them down.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough as, oh, Toots.
Toots is in real trouble here. Caps ready to follow it up. Toots does a flash to try to get out, but it is a little bit late. Gigo finds Caps as Skewmond was so preoccupied trying to find the kill.
Ultimates, the zone control is tough to deal with, but if he gets caught...
Yeah, Toots in some trouble here, but immediately backed up by Gigo yet again. Lebrov coming around on the flank, but he's not close enough. Skewmond and Broken Blade both in a lot of trouble now. Nice tidal wave! Broken Blade still alive for now, but finally falls. Hansama and Lebrov trying to get a little bit back here. Onto Jojo, onto Ayu, but instead, it's just another kill. Back to Furia.
The mid lane turret will fall, so G2 punches back, but I think you're still going to be pretty happy with that as a trade, as... Yeah, he sees Dynami and is like, no, never
Yeah,
mind.
he's like, all right, we're just gonna, it's a little bit of fast and furious racing here. Of Hans and Lebrov separated off. It was a 1, a 2, and a 2. As Broken Blade fires a nice ulti to hit Ayu. He tries to use the cleanse to get away. He's already used the flash, and Ayu is down. Jojo wants to get away, but he's stunned up at the very edge of the curtain call. And G2 just found exactly what they were looking for. Caps picks up the second one.
Oh, the hook?
Hook onto Toots, but a nice counterattack there with a shockwave to lock them all up. But G2's got a counter to the counter. Honest 5v5s that you were talking about. Here's what's so hard for Furia's comp to play out. A nice route there coming out from the Deadly Flourish. Equalizer's not going to get a lot done. It's only Lebrov taken low. Tatu's going to grab the kill on him immediately here at the very start as Broken Blade and Skewmond having to retreat now. Curtain call is fired. Its final shot. G2 have not won the fight. And now with the Grand Starfall coming in, Tatu ain't done. Broken Blade tries to get out, but a little bit more damage is going to seal the deal. Tatu! A full wraparound play here, find a move on to Toots. Ayu in a lot of trouble. That'll be a free catch for G2.
You're just going to give it? There's no blue trinket available. They're going to just send it,
Wait,
but it's too early.
They are not going to give it. Tatu jumps in with the Grand Starfall, but that star fell too early. And the Trundle alongside the ones that we already mentioned for the Ornn and the Jhin. As here it goes, G2 going in for what could be the game-ending play. They do catch Jojo, and Caps guarantees he's already down, but Caps is traded back. Ayu gets the shutdown there, but G2 continues their push. Its bodies dropping on both sides as Gigo barely stays alive, but now Lebrov, Hans, and Broken Blade gotta be careful. Broken Blade dropped low, but he ain't dead yet. Tatu keeps the chase going as G2 has to back up. Caps dying early as Broken Blade Blade continues running away. Tatu and Toots ready to join up with Gigo and try to guarantee a little bit more. Labrov gets tagged there by the Electro Harpoon. He's out of there, and Grand Starfall's ready to lock up BB. A little bit more damage, a little bit more CC here with a stun. The fact that Gigo lived with 200 HP makes the difference of the follow-up play, as Skewmon has been found out in the bottom lane. He was all alone.
Because of the whole sequence, oh, Caps, that's a trap.
Oh, maybe not.
Fortunately, despite those picks, didn't end up losing more than a soul point.
Toots with the flash over the wall to guarantee that he doesn't get caught out there by Caps, but now Labrov could be in a little bit of danger. The Nautilus is not particularly tanky. Tatu just steps up, puts the spear in his back to go for the enemy chicken camp. When it's up, Caps is going around for a potential. The calling nearly kills him. Caps is dead. Keep your eyes on the Andy. He's got the flash ult. They try to go in for the ultimate there from the Nautilus as Caps goes in for the engage, but he only engages onto Jojo. Tatu's here on the front line. He's about to be taken out. Caps barely keeping himself alive as Gigo's about to die here too. Toots stays alive as Ayu gets the kill into Caps, but now the carries on Furia gotta try to escape. G2 have found a massive fight. They found the AD carry, and it's a double kill for and Broken Blade so tanky, he'll take a shower in Nexus turret shots before he backs off. Labrov goes in for the dredge line. They'll lock up Toots. They'll lock up this game. It's G2 after a 37-minute battle, taking game number 3.
For the next game, again with the fact that it's Fearless, that is going deeper in both teams' champion pool here.
One of the matchups where Nectin can both easily get out of the way, he shreds your armor, and he has a way to get through your shield with the Empower W. So definitely a matchup where I think you're a little more... If this was an Ornn, I think you're feeling great. Obviously, Ornn after last game, not available.
And I think if you're G2, it's pretty obvious there's a ward here since you placed that ward down on the back end of the red buff, and then it took it.
Why not? This is a Renekton without flash, but he is still a Renekton, so... Oh, that's a slice and that's used!
Yep, they wanted to get the E, and then you bring up the Nocturne. Now Gigo finds a little bit more damage with another Decimate, and for the 4th time in 4 games, First Blood is top lane.
You do have Labrov on his way.
Ooh, miss. Nice connect there on the hook. Ayu gets grabbed, and the follow-up from G2 forces out a flash. Ayu staying alive for now, but it's a potential 4-man play from the side of G2. Caps with the flash in for the Blooming Blows to find the first kill, as Toots now in the middle of 4 has to use the ulti back over the wall. No.
As top lane events are still transpiring.
Yeah, we've got ultis traded back and forth now with a fully charged Decimate. There's that last little bit of damage for the Nocturne. The Fear Tether is attached. He's wearing alligator boots. Tatu grab the blue, light blue, green. Oh, immediately going in for the paranoia here after Caps finds the Fear, but it's only, see, this is the kind of ulti that I was afraid of. This is the kind of one that you really don't want to see. Beautiful pull from Labrov into the Wombo combo with Hansama's ulti. Jojo's in a little bit of danger. He finally dies, but Toots is hopping in there to make it a 1-for-1 here so far. Now wants another. Hansama in danger. Toots grabbing a double kill. Caps about to die to Tatu off to the side at the same time. Skewmon won't get a kill. Holy cow, G2 just lost 4. And this is also the first game where Furia claims the feats of warfare, as now Scion ulti from Gigo to set it up for Tatu yet again. The call to Meek for the heal isn't enough. And Toots looking for the kill in the bottom lane while the fight breaks out here in mid. Labrov in some danger. Beautiful Seraphine ulti hits all 3. And now Skewmon and Hans got him. But Ayu is focus firing straight through.
I mean, you still take that. That's Dominus gone.
Yeah. Dominus out of the picture. BB's still very low. Top 2 down to about half HP. This is your Fed Nocturne. It's a massive shutdown if they get it. Skewmon and Caps coming in. Top 2 is very low. There's your Pop Blossom from Caps. And the shutdown over to Skewmon. This is the trade. Toots forcing Hans back into the fight. But Broken Blade is ready to jump into the back lines. Oh, here comes Gigo. He wants Hansama. He finds the collision into the Decimate. The volley here for a pull, but I would advise against it. Tatu jumping in, immediately decides he wants to go after Caps. Pop Blossom's going to stop it, but only for a moment. Caps is down. Jojo Jojo gets revenge. Want to step up, want to try to stop it. Caps and Hans both here though. Furia coming in to try to stop this effort from G2, but the Herald has already been claimed by Skewmon. Now you got to look out. Beautiful pull coming out from LeBlanc to try to shut down Toots. A nice shutdown lands. Big three-man Seraphine ulti, but where's the follow-up? Nobody on G2 is dead. Jojo's forced to flash back over the wall, and G2, they get the Herald. They get a kill. They almost get Tatu, but now Broken Blade is still leading the charge. Furia continues to fight. The Decimate doesn't find the Renekton, and LeBron gets saved by Hans. Gigo's still frontlining as the rest of Furia runs away. Pop Blossom finds two. A lot of damage on Ayu, but he ain't dead yet. One dead on G2, two dead on G2, three dead on G2. Hans Sama versus the world, and the world means Brazil. Hans trying to kite it out, but Gigo won't allow it. Ace!
So much. These small choke points are huge as Gigo hasn't died yet, but maybe using his passive this time around.
That is a 1,000 gold shutdown. They have to give this to the right player. Twos have been taken by Furia in the mid and bot lane. Tatu trying to stop the backs, but he walks too close. LeBron with another beautiful pull, but the ulti over the top slows it down. Shut down over to Skewmon. Broken Blade in trouble. He's gonna die now as Skewmon tries to jump back over the wall, but Gigo's ready to chase. Make that two dead.
The upside is that with two dragons already, they're not at any threat just yet, as it's gonna take a while to take them down. Reinforcements are on the way.
Yeah, Gigo's surviving for now. Got the redemption coming in to help him. Broken Blade now isolated. This is not where he wants to be.
Completely ridiculous, right? Because you can throw in, if you have the timing right, there's very little counterplay available as Lebrov.
Lebrov stunned up, saved now though by Hans Sama. Gigo looking to cut off the further escape route. Nice pull in from Lebrov, but a nice Seraphine ulti over the top guarantees the kill. And now that's one dead on the G2 side. Caps goes for the Pop Blossom, but a nice use of the stasis keeps Toots alive. Caps getting away now as Ayu
can be cut with a knife. I say that as Furia is just, hello.
They're vibing, man. They're Furia is continuing to move forward. Remember, they already got the resources. Nexus turret's under fire. Furia going in. First Nexus turret about to die. Toots creating space. Broken Blade's got his Sterix, but he's staying alive for now. There's no, here comes BB's TP right now as Furia's trying to put themselves in position. LeBron already missed the pull. Now you got Toots making space yet again. Going gold, buying time. Caps goes in. Massive Pop Blossom. Zero follow-up. Toots stays alive. Jojo with a Seraphine again. The team fight battery as LeBron will die to the fear tether. Keeping themselves alive with this.
Just do Nash.
Nice arrow.
It's fine.
Okay, we're not done with the game here just yet. They've got Gigo with so much HP. They'll pop the paranoia as Broken Blade tries to cut the wave. Furia want to force the end of the game right now. Redemption comes down. Broken Blade tries to find pressure under the back line, but he won't get it. The Lax Nessus turret still barely standing. Caps goes in for another Pop Blossom, but he will not get it. Ladies and gentlemen, in the first series of MSI 2025, we are going to Silver Scrapes.
Into that Gragas can come through here, meaning that the Jace will get swapped.
Okay, that's what it is.
I just love it when teams actually use R5 counter pick.
Yeah, it's great.
Reassess a draft, right? To pivot at the last second when there's no opportunity for
you would be able to see if the Braum and Senna were trying to trail up behind them through the fog. So that's going to stop any type of a full style invade.
Kind of counterintuitively, Quartz Gragas, because his E feels like it should be a knock-up, but it's also kind of not. Mercs does in fact reduce.
Oh, nice flash out from Hans. He's in danger though. Jojo and Ayu continuing to try to put the pressure on. Seen it played there with the max range. First blood over to Furia. Finally, after 5 games, the first blood isn't in time from Jojo and Ayu. Toots versus Caps back in the mid lane at the same time. Toots wants to clear the wave, but he may have overstayed. He'll step back now, wants to get that last auto attack. Caps, though, with a Q3 primed, dashes in for the knockoff.
Even earlier than that, you just got to let the minion go. Yeah. It's a ranged, it's a ranged minion at 5 HP.
Oh, fate sealed from Caps.
Another kill yet again as Caps' Yone is keeping the pressure on. Jojo goes in with him, goes in after him with the Zenith Blade, but there's no way to follow up there for Toots. Meanwhile, Skewmon getting it done up in the top side. Caps is burning.
Not threatened as, Ayu doesn't have flash.
IU could be in some serious trouble here. Lebrov and Hans putting the damage into him. Nice use of the root there. Yes, IU trades back as good as he can, but he doesn't hit the satchel, and G2 against Gragas specifically. I like this choice. Now immediately the fight over the Scuttle Crab. Tatu finds a two-man watch out Eve, but G2 brought more men. Caps goes right back in for a little bit more damage. Tatu flashing away. Stay alive with the Mega Inferno Bomb firing back from Furia. Tatu still escaping. G2 still trying to fight. Skewmon wants to get away, but the bowling ball doesn't find the mark. Now Toots has to continue his retreat as Jojo is trapped inside the Cataclysm, and Skewmon is locking him up. Furia, he can pull it off here in this one and bring G2 the win, as Furia now looking to step up and try to contest here for the Drake, but G2's ready to respond. Jojo's gonna get locked up here at the very start. He should die before anything else even happens. Nice Solar Flare comes down over the top as Lebrov is finally gonna be traded back, but Furia have already lost 2.
He just straight up dies as, oh, IU, that's a lot of people.
Yep, IU wants to go all the way out, but Broken Blade brings him all the way back in. The center route still locks up the Ziggs a little bit longer. G2's not going to get the kill they're looking for, but if nothing else, Chronicler, it was a beautiful distraction, because meanwhile, Skewmon and Caps are going after the Rift Herald. Jojo is there for some reason. He flashes over the wall to stay alive, trying to escape the dawning shadow. This time around, Lebrov going up top, looking to stop things himself.
What?
As Broken Blade, how did he get here? He's the last remaining HP on that tier 1 turret. Gigo about to lose his Mega Gnar. He reverts to Mini as soon as the fight starts. Gigo's about to die here at the very beginning. Hansama's already got the kill. Caps with a massive fate sealed, and Furia is cut. Fully involved, but also the Leandries now completed for IU. So if Furia wants a chance, they might have it, but not if Gigo does that. Walks right into an unwarded brush, and Gigo gets dunked right into the ground. Skewmon's happy to send him there, as immediately the Solar Flare and the Mega Inferno Bomb are completely wasted. G2 looking for more opportunities to maybe keep chasing.
He has Fimbulwinter, he has Flash.
He's hard to kill, man.
He is hard to kill. He has Cosmic Drive as well. Even if they do, that's the whole point. I don't think you really care.
Yeah, Caps is here to immediately turn it around. Toots is already dead. Tatu's about to join him. Honestly, if Furia can get the shutdowns, it would be nice. But the fact that they're as high as they are means it's probably not likely. G2 grabbing 1. He does have his teleport to join. Everybody on Furia going for maybe their last chance gambit here at the Baron Pit. Gigo gets locked up again, though. Immediate problem as the Mini Gnar is down. Caps unstoppable. Skewmon chasing after IU, who immediately flashes out of the Cataclysm. Broken Blade, nicely placed ulti, knocks Toots right back into the waiting arms of G2, and IU is not going to escape with the kill onto the Ziggs.
Getting cooldowns, popping back out again.
Yeah.
He's not afraid at all, starting with a solo kill.
Right back in there. It's Toots having a flash into the Cataclysm, and Tatu's already down on Sama, grabbing the kill as Caps continues diving forward, godlike with the kill on his lane opponent yet again. Gigo trying to escape. The Mega Gnar's on the run, but Skewmon's on the hunt. Broken Blade throws out an ulti, but it will not knock anybody back. It will not matter either. G2 on the game-ending push now. They've made their way to the Nexus turrets. Furia, only 3 men standing, can do nothing to resist the onslaught, as G2 are gonna pad their stats one last time in Game 5 as they make their way onto the Nexus. It was a brutal battle start to finish, but G2 win Game 5 and the first series of MSI 2025. Lose 2 and you're out. This is our post-game breakdown powered by AWS, just kind of showing the damage in this last.
Yeah, very much so. And I mean, a lot of poke here, obviously. Varus plus Corki, really common combo with those double 80 carries, both able to poke down your opponents, drop the equalizer. You have the Maokai ultimate as well.
Expect the top side to be the priority in terms of their early ganks. As we were talking about, GAM do like to try and enable Kiaya.
Elka's trying to keep his wave from crashing, but GAM have no wards, and Beishuan is going to be behind them. They're about to get the bad news here. Flash combo from On, perfectly engaged. They're going for Elio. They flash forward. Artemis trying to finish him off. He grabs first blood. They're looking for another one. Elk's in trouble. It's a double for Artemis, and it's GAM time already. But Beishuan One looking to get him back. Flash to follow, gets a double.
With the level 7, he does have the ulti available. Beishuan runs into Levi.
Yeah, Levi's going to go forward, and they're going to try to knock him back. Remember, no flash available here on Beishuan. He is running Artemis over the wall, looking to try to take him down. Will he be able to do it? On's in the midst of everyone. Levi has to flash out. It's On now that is in trouble. He is off, and Elio trying to survive. Knight can't quite make it happen. Elk is in trouble now. Beautiful cleanse. That was picture perfect from Elk to keep himself alive. Knight, though, going to be hooked in. He is able to get one, but he's going to fall for a dive on Elk. Remember, there is no cleanse available. He doesn't have his flash for another couple seconds, and he is in so much trouble. There is the hook, and there is the kill. It's another one in
kind of front-lining tanky build.
And I actually really like this because I do think when you are not solo AP, it's not worth it. There's the flash, and it's going to connect, and the Chains of Corruption is there as well. Gam, it's surprise! They jump over the wall. Yeah. Not allowing her to begin trades with those spells. As Kiaya again overheats, and this time Bin is going to be in a lot of trouble. The equalizer is ready. He just hit 11. I think Bin, it's time to get cooked. There's the equalizer, turns around with the public execution, does proc the Eclipse Shield, trying to run for the hills, but it's just
to BLG while still playing with nothing but confidence.
Absolutely, and you cannot disrespect Knight and Bin and Elk and all. These guys have been here so many times before, but there's a fight breaking out. Elio could be in trouble. The seismic jump does connect onto Levi, but he is tanky enough to survive. Bin arrives with a TP, so does Kiaya. Remember, Kiaya has no ultimate. Emo hitting on the side, trying to get them low. You can see the ultimate coming out from Jin as well. On flashes forward. There's the flash from Beishuan, sending Kiaya into the wall. He's overheated and he is shut down, and now Emo's in trouble as well. Otherwise, they're going to lose the tower, I think, on this wave. Kiaya needs help to defend it, but Knight is pushing forward. Kiaya trying to keep it alive. They are racing for it. Bin on the other side does pop the ulti. Elio tanking up the tower as much as he possibly can. Kiaya about to overheat, trying to run for it. As Beishuan's coming in, there's On arriving as well. Gonna pop the ulti to try to tank up the tower. Bin is in trouble. Emo's making it happen. There's the public execution, trying to take down Elio. He does. He's in the 1v2. Can he make it happen? The shield, the double. It's Bin. Just making it happen, man, and that is the thing about this guy. You know, say all you want about an inconsistent year, but he is on fire so far, and now Artemis in a lot of trouble. Is going to flash out, but it is not going to get him anywhere. Elio could be next to fall. The equalizer is going to use from Kiaya, but not to much effect whatsoever, and in comes Beishuan in the Herald. They're just going to let it crash into the tower. The tower is incredibly low. On is looking for the dive here. Emo trying to push them back, but they're really struggling to do so. Hook's going to go wide there from Elio. Now the ulti does come out, but Kiaya has already fallen. BLG are running away with it. Yep, you are not allowed to trade. They're saying you cannot take that tower. Levi tried to get down there and see if he could fight over Otacon. Does proc the phase rush, but he's got no flash, and I think he's going to get chased down. There's the flash in from On. Bin and 3 members of BLG will knock in the area for Gam. You can see that Elio is trying to get over there and trying to reestablish some vision control. Bin here getting chased down by Kiaya. The rest of the team is coming in. We'll see if they can find him. Remember, he has no flash. The equalizer is there to slow, and in comes Levi. Public execution going to be used, and he is just trying to waste their time as BLG on the other side of the map are looking for a play. They do get the shutdown.
Doing a good job of controlling that mid wave. On threatening the engage.
Stacked as On's going to go in, and Bin is here to support. On in a lot of trouble, but he is going to survive as he flashes out, and the Nautilus falls on the other side. Kiaya running for the hills here. He's going to have to flash out that public execution, but Kiaya does barely survive the 4 shot. Goes into the stasis, but he has got nowhere to go, and Beishuan finds another stun there onto the Nautilus looking for him. They do knock down a 3rd member.
Splits up Gam and makes the fight easier.
Oh, we're back to live. Elio tries to flash out, hooks to the wall, but he's just dead. And to try to steal away this Baron. Teleport coming out there from Kiaya, but here comes Knight one more time. Beishuan and Bin trying to push their way in. Artemis is left out to the wolves, and he's going to get bit in half as Beishuan pushing back the jungler. He's 3 levels up. Emo's dead as well, as they're just trying to look to try to end the game right here, right now. They get a 3rd damage to stop them. We'll see if they can clear out the wave, find a miracle play, but I don't think it's going to happen. Elio falling as well as Elk goes dominating. It's 20-8. It's a 10,000 gold lead. It's 29 minutes into the game, and BLG just padding the stats, trying to get more kills here on the doors to the fountain as Artemis is going to respawn just to die one last time. It's an ace again for BLG as Emo's now respawning. They want another kill. Mercy, cries Gam, as BLG takes game number 1.
This entire section of the game, and in particular, look at
a lot of hovers coming through from BLG.
A lot of buffs recently.
The buffed Aatrox on the top side of the map, and I think it's a good matchup into the Scion as well. I mean, BLG just have really solid mid-game spike. Like
Smart dogs.
That's what you meant. Okay,
yes,
okay,
you're
okay.
like All right, well, we can see the runes. Nothing too crazy.
And also some much-needed revenge after what happened in Game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Elio is going to get pushed back here. There's the flash in from Ana. It's a level 1 support, and he's got nowhere to go, and Elk snipes him.
And he catches Elio completely off guard. Now Levi looking for a response.
Yeah, this kind of has to work here for Gam, but Kiaya is getting incredibly low. Will he just get knocked down by Bin? Bin trying to take him out in that 1v2. Will he be able to do it? Bin now trying to kite back, waiting for the Qs. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Gam try to back up the rest of the team, and they are looking here. The charm does connect onto Knight, and there is the Q to follow. Knight gets 6, but it just doesn't matter. It's
Completely off guard. And we'll see if Gam can find their footing in the fights. As Bin continues to trade in the 1v1 against Kiaya. Kiaya's doing very good the 1v1.
Both junglers are here, though. You can actually see the jungle pet moved into that. So Beishwan is here, as is Levi, and Bin is going to get the bad news. They go first, and they grab the kill. Trying to get that tower down, can't quite finish it off. Levi's going to go in. Here's Beishwan, he gets the bad news, as On is trying to turn this fight around. Bin now on the backside, going to get buster shot out by Artemis. Artemis trying to get the work done as the TP's going to be coming in as well. Gam is fully committing to this. Eris in trouble on the side, though, as he's going to get the charm down on the Knight, but Knight gets a stun of his own, and he's chasing after Eris. Eris has to flash as Elk is now flanking them on the Ezreal. He goes in and he gets the shutdown, flashes out to safety as well. Another TP coming in, but now Kiaya wants nothing to do with this.
But reminder that Levi still gets the Herald.
Oh, they want this dive. There's Tibbers coming down. The CC chain is going to be enough. Eris going to get smote down by Beishwan. And if Gam will allow BLG to get in here, they're going to go, and they're looking for the engage. It's Eris that's caught, and it's Eris that's killed by Knight, but in the back line, it's Levi trying to turn things around, trying to beat down Knight, but he can't do it. Elio just trying to peel off Beishwan as Knight finally gets killed by Kiaya, but he's knocked down as well. Levi on the run. The bot lane is scattered. Gam are running for the hills, but BLG do not want to let them get away here. They're trying to find one more bit of CC.
4 members towards this tower. BLG want to try and defend.
Yeah, On threatening with the Hex Flash there, but Kiaya is stepping forward. He does pick up the tower aggro. Has to be a little bit careful. He's just tanking that tower. The tower's not getting knocked down. The target is not being focused. We can see TP coming in here from Knight. Is he going to arrive in time? Beishwan going to get knocked down. On's in trouble next, but Kiaya has fallen as well. And Knight arrives just to get knocked down. It's a good fight for Gam. They are chasing after them. The resets are coming through. Levi kills Bin.
Tension continues to mount as Beishwan trying to find an angle in. Elio acting as the gatekeeper for now.
It is getting low. It's going to be a smite fight potentially. We'll see if Beishwan can get in. He can't. It is down to 2K, and they're trying to turn on to Beishwan. They get the kill on to Beishwan. Eris is the one who picks it up. Kiaya trying to tank through this, but the junglers are dead on both sides, and now it's just a total flip, and it's going to be grabbed here, and it looks like it went to B. Not what you want to have happen. Oh, he's actually going to look for the engage. He's looking for Knight here. Elk just shifts out of the way, though, and Kiaya is now the one in trouble. Eris trying to get some damage down on Beishwan. He can't actually connect much. Elio has got to run. So does Kiaya, and Gam are getting crushed. On flashes in. Artemis flashes out. Artemis trying to turn the damage around. As Artemis gets a kill, he gets a shutdown. It's Bin now trying to take the damage in the front line. It's going to be another kill for Artemis as he jumps forward. He's looking for Elk, but he can't close the gap. BLG turn on him. It's a double for Bin. It's Kiaya knocked down. It's the ace. They could look for the snap engage. Knight going to get spotted, but Levi's already in trouble, and Levi's going to get jumped on by Beishwan. Here comes Bin, and there goes Levi. He is down already. Eris trying to get one back, is able to do so as they trade the junglers back and forth. Kiaya is in the middle of everyone, but he is not going to be living for long. Elk is on a rampage, and Gam is on the run, trying to get out of here. But Bin connects. It's going to be a rocket jump back from Artemis here as Knight is just pushing forward, going to get knocked up. They're trying to make the turn happen. Do they have the damage to do it? It does not look like it. There's a great buster shot from Artemis, but it is not going to be enough. He doesn't have another rocket jump. He doesn't have another reset, and he doesn't have a way out. Eris now next to fall. He is running, and he has got nowhere to go. Start this one up. The question is, can they actually finish in time? Eris on the side, going to be able to try to look for a chunk on a Beishwan. Can't actually connect with the charm, unfortunately, and Kiaya is just getting crushed. There's the flash forward by Elio, but there's no one there to follow it up. Gam spend everything to go into the back line there. They lose 2, and it feels like they don't even dent the health bars, and now Gigabin wants to get involved in the action. Levi popping his ult over onto him, but Artemis just can't move the health bars. Levi trying to survive. Artemis is down. Eris trying to get one back, but he can't even get that. BLG will not allow him to get a kill. It's a double on the other side there from Elk as BLG are making no doubt about it. A clean ace at the Elder Dragon is what will spend the end of this one. BLG are going to be taking us all the way to match point.
Some impressive team fighting coming.
You know, a nice chunky number. And I think for BLG, while there's still moments in the early game that look a little bit shaky.
Yorick, so it's interesting to see like where he takes us, because he should know some of these counter matchups.
It's unrealistic, but I have to give a shout out to my good friend and colleague Gultborg, who dies by the Shyvana matchup in this because of how your Q interacts with the ghouls and how you can
AoE
just
kills
them
them and stuff. Yeah. Sometimes ganks can be so effective, literally just to kill the maiden. Like if your jungler comes top and you just kill the maiden, well now all of a sudden you have no test here because they're missing experience on the other side. Now you can just get dove as Bin is just going to look for the solo kill here on Kiaya on the top lane. And meanwhile, Gam's bot lane, it's a level 3 and a level 3 against 2 level 1s here. Gam is in so much trouble. Beishuan chasing after him, grabs first blood as On walks it out. Now they're looking for the redive here. In goes Beishuan. Elk tanks it up. It's a 2 for 0 on the bot side. Beishuan's going to be down on this bot side, will catch Levi, and Levi now has no flag. You can see he did spend that spell. Gam's bot lane again going to try to help out in the jungle, but here comes BLG, and mid lane Prio is also going the way of BLG. Now they're looking to try to chase after Beishuan. We'll see if they can find and engage. Elio in a lot of trouble, does have to flash out. Artemis trying to get some damage down on the Beishuan, but it's Levi now who is in trouble. Levi flag and drag over the wall. Will he be able to survive? He gets trapped up, and he gets hit by the headshot. Blade right there, just nailing it. Now Bin level 6 looking for the kill on a Kiaya. Kiaya incredibly low. Bin trying to work his way out of this cage. Kiaya going back forward. Should have mana for a Q, but Bin is about to have his Q. He's going to flash forward. The Q heal does come through. The ulti from Kiaya trying to finish him off. The maiden, though, doesn't quite have the damage, and now Bin's cooldowns are coming back up. He's going to flash in, slice, dice, stun, and he knocks him. Playing for the lanes. And has been quite good at it. You know, helped the team to get here, and Artemis now in trouble. Gonna have to flash out. And does how it functions. Eris in the side lane now might get some bad news. Has been posturing very aggressively. Someone behind him, yes, of course. Knight is there. The BLG soul laners looking to group up, and Eris knows he is dead, so he's just gonna.
If they did that, I'll tell you that right now.
All right, well, we'll see how their chances are gonna be here. As they're gonna let the bullet time rip, trying to clear off the wave, and he is just gone. It's a magic trick. Now you see him, now you don't. Elio gonna get chased down as well. Is still barely alive. The last thought will finish him. Do anything. There's 3 members, and it's going to be Bin fighting on the top side. We can see the dive going off on the bot side. The first kill is already there. Kiaya trying to run. Levi came in, but he couldn't do anything. Now he's going to get trapped up. Kiaya will be able to survive. Loses the maiden, though, in the process, and Eris is going to move down here. They're going to look to try to make a fight happen. It's a triple knockup from Levi. The Chaos Storm comes through. They do get 1 kill. In comes Elio. They're trying to get another, but they just don't have the damage to knock down Beishuan. He is healing up. He's getting shielded, and he's going to re-engage with the Sundered Sky. Trying to go for more here. He will have to try to kite it out, though. Eris looking here with the laser, does connect, gets the shutdown. Gam getting their first kills in this game.
At the very least, Gam get on the board, and I like the proactivity, but BLG's back on the map, and Knight secures himself.
They're going to be able to grab the Rift Herald as well, which could be problematic. Levi going in as Elk is going to be able to 90 caliber net over the wall. There's the root coming through, and now Beishuan does arrive. That's an easy kill there onto Levi.
Kiaya forced a retreat.
Yeah, Kiaya gonna run for it, drops the cage defensively, but will be knocked up and will be tethered. Nice little CC chain there as On is gonna take up the tower for Beishuan. Beishuan trying to knock him down. Kiaya flashes to the side, tries to get the heal from the shovel, but it's not enough. Does fall, gets one back at the very least, but they lost the tower at the same time. And now Elio trying to make something happen here with the Pop Blossom. Will he be able to get a kill? Does get the 600 gold shutdown, and now Bin popping the ulti, forces the flash out there from Elio. Eris has arrived, but so has Knight. BLG want to keep the pressure on. Big prize to take as Beishuan will just ride this one in for the crash, and that tower is going to be gone for sure. Now it's 8,000 gold in the lead, and he's just going to ride into the next tower as well. Will he go towards mid lane? Sees a lot of GAM members. He's just going to drive for the tier 2 there. Coming through from Artemis, but it's just not even going to matter as Levi's going in for Elk. Nice flash out there from Elk. Does get him to safety from the flag and drag. Kiaya in the area, has the maiden back once again, and Eris arrives with the teleport. You can see Bin in the bot lane has TP'd in as well as Beishuan trying to look for something here. Beishuan is just going aggressive. Elk knocks down Artemis. Bin is chasing after Eris with Knight. Eris is in a world of hurt, and he gets knocked down as Knight goes on a rampage. Kiaya trying to get back into the base, but he's got nowhere to go. He's rooted up, and he's knocked down as well. It's Elio and Levi against the world PLG. An objective bounty, but it is getting incredibly low as Elio going to go in, finds a multi-man engage. Into the backline goes Levi. There's the ulti coming down. The bullet time does get the kill onto Elk. Artemis trying to get the damage rolling, but it's Knight now going forward, looking for Artemis, gets the 2-volt hex and knocks him down. It's Bin, meanwhile, kills another one. Eris is going to run for the hills, as is Elio, but On is chasing him, trying to juke with the clone. It just doesn't.
Moments in this series against BLG. Right now, though,
oh my God. Knight showing what you can do when you get ahead. He's going between the worlds, looking for Artemis. The barrier almost gets one shot through it, but Knight is in trouble, and Knight is going to lose some stacks here. Some pages getting torn out of the book.
Pages of the book back up.
got stories to tell, that one's for sure, as Levi going to get knocked out of his flag and drag, already down nearly 3 levels, as there is going to be an engage carrier coming through. Kiaya trying to find some sort of an angle, but there's no angle to be had. He's just going to be going back to the Fountain. Knight, though, does get CC'd up, gets hit by the Tangle Barb, but they can't finish him off just yet. Eris, though, does finally get the kill. Base one on the other side with Bin and Elk. They're in the base. They're killing everybody. Eris is going to have to try to flash out of there and run. He's the last surviving member trying to battle here against On, but On is too strong. Mantra Tether healing up, setting him up for Bin to knock him down. But they made no doubt about it in this third one. BLG came out with a vengeance. 25 minutes in, 15K gold up. BLG will sweep the series. Yeah, I think it's something like 16 total best of 5s throughout the tournament. So